Hey, what's going on, Clever fans? Do you want to know what the best farming method is, what build to use, and where to farm for any gear that you need to find? Well, you might want to stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to delete up to 3 named bosses in under 2 minutes. And you can do this solo or with a team. So make sure you
Kill the
guys do
boss.
stick
Boss
around
only.
and let's get right into it.
Alright, we out.
So if you're probably watching this right now, you're definitely wondering, what the heck am I talking about? What is
I
the
like this
best
one.
technique? What's the build? And how do you do it? How do you mess up? And how not to mess up? I'm gonna be giving you all the helpful tips and tricks here on the channel. But before we do get into it, definitely smash that like button, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, that way you guys are aware of when I'm releasing my newest content. And if I'm not mistaken, I actually did this entire floor in under a minute and 38 seconds, and I'm going to show you properly what to do, what not to do. This is what I do when I get bored, you know. Sometimes you don't need to sit through an entire length of countdown just for that one piece of item. So if you're able to get that item and just keep it moving, this is probably going to be the most effective way for you. And you can do this solo or in a 4-man group, duos, whatever. I'm going to show you the builds that you guys want to run if you're running it in a team, but I highly recommend you do a solo. It's just less NPCs, less work, and you're able to fly through it. Now, I did go down here, but I'm able to get right back up and just keep that momentum going. And yes, you are seeing this right. This is an exotic memento build. So every time you get a kill, you're only going to be getting stronger and
Damn, you guys suck.
tankier and more survivability. Um, just wanted to show you quick solo gameplay. As you guys can see, once you get to this point, you want to make sure that you do this exact thing and get out of there, because you can mess this
I did that
up.
in a minute and 43
So
seconds.
let's break it down. If you got your team set up with the proper builds, you're going to be able to hold
So
the
you can see me.
NPCs down right where they're at. They're usually pretty dedicated spawns for the most part. The boss will either spawn in the same room as the NPCs, or he might spawn in a different door behind you. That is not a big deal. But right here I'm showing you one of my recent videos that I
Boss
dropped, the
only. Boss
Galvanized
only.
and Perfect Vanguard, is part of this
Oh, is
setup.
it? No, it's 3
Once you
pieces.
achieve
That's it.
those 3 named
Glitch,
items,
you
you're
know?
able to rinse and repeat. So once again, the first 2 bosses are going to drop 2 named
Boss.
items
I think there's a third
a
boss.
piece, and the 3rd boss will always drop 3 pieces of loot.
That's the third boss. That's it.
So let's break this down for you. This is the best farming method, solo or in a 4-man. You're gonna want to hit the summit up. That is right, the summit, because you're able to select any loot that you want. You're pretty much able to get almost every single item in the entire game here, except for raid and dark zone exclusives. But for this video, I'm going to be using Electric as an example. I'm trying to get that perfect companion chest piece. Let's see if we can get it to drop in this video. Let's break down the build real quick. Short, sweet, and simple. I am running the specialization gunner. Why? Because you're going to get armor on kill, rate of fire, and the med kit is pretty good. You get bonus armor, which is gonna essentially help you out with the setup that we are rocking here. Ouroboros is gonna be your main gun. This is one of the best SMGs out there. I've been doing this for about 2 years. I used to run the Lady Death and even the Chatterbox at some times, because the Chatterbox does actually work with this pretty freaking good. Um, my shotgun is just a shotgun, perfect sledgehammer. Not too worried about the pistol. You're probably never really going to be proccing it anyways. But this is a Memento Hunter's Fury build. Memento, are you asking? What does it do? most of y'all should already know what it does. Whenever you get a kill, you're going to get more weapon damage, more bonus armor, more skill efficiency, depending on how many core attributes that you have. So, because this build does have 4 blue attributes, I'm going to get up to 40% bonus armor. It's just simple math. And it also has a long-term effect. For every trophy collector, you're also going to gain an additional 1% weapon damage, skill efficiency, and armor regeneration. So, let me just keep it short, sweet, and simple. What you're going to get is 30% weapon damage on the long-term effect with 30% skill efficiency and 3% armor regen. So this exotic memento backpack is a must and go-to for this build. Now, to pair up the exotic memento in all of its glory, you're going to want to run the Hunter's Fury. Why? Because you're going to get 15% SMG damage and shotgun damage. You're also going to get 20% armor on kill and 50% health on kill, which I'm not too worried about that. But what you want is the bread and butter, which is the Apex Predator. Now, enemies within 15 meters will receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. That is huge. Amplified damage is multiplicative damage. So it also has a secondary side effect to it, which killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters. So this is actually going to be one of the top reasons why you want to run this, because disorienting enemies literally pauses what they're doing, and it in a way stuns them, and it's just going to keep them in that room, so you're just able to shred and shred and shred the NPCs and effectively spawn trapping them is what we're doing. Now, the other part to this is that it amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, and it stacks up to 5 times. So that's 25 plus the 20, that's 45% amplified damage on top of your memento stacks. And to put the cherry on top, we are running the Sokolov Concern chest piece, which is going to be that 10% SMG damage. And Intimidate. Intimidate did get reworked recently. It was meta. It was amplified. Now it's just regular damage, which is still pretty good. And it looks like you get up to 36% more weapon damage with Intimidate. You're going to get that when you have bonus blue armor, which you should be getting bonus blue armor from Memento. So as you guys can see, this build is very synergized. I do have the Reviver Hive to pick me up and a decoy just for distraction. I could probably put a turret, whatever you guys want. The stats real quick for this setup are 52 critical hit chance and a shy of 130 critical hit damage. Don't worry about it. You're going to be getting a lot of damage, so it's just going to work out for you pretty freaking good. So I just want to show y'all the build real quick, give you a quick in-depth breakdown. So what I'm doing here is floor 90. You're probably going, why are you doing floor 90? Well, because at floor 90 you get 3 named bosses. I believe you can do this at floor 20. There used to be some type of floor 20 glitch. Honestly, I've never done it, so I'm not too sure and never looked into it, so I can't really speak too much about it. But I think you can do this on floor 20 as well. And all you're doing is going to floor 90 heroic, and make sure that if you guys do need floor 90 or whatever, you guys can message me, I'll help you get it. Just make sure that you reset your checkpoint. You see on the bottom where it says reset checkpoint, make sure you do that in your own server before you join up on me, and I can give you floor 90. Now, in floor 90, we're going to be able to farm for anything that we want. You don't need directives on. Let's go ahead and walk in here, and you can select your targeted loot. Like I said, I'm going for the Henry chest piece, which is the named Electric Perfect Companion. So once you get here, you're going to want to head out the elevator, and I believe this floor actually has a room that has a box in the beginning that you're able to tag up. Let's see, making our way over there. Yep, this is the one next to that vending machine. If you just jump over through here, break the lock on the door, you're able to open up the door, come over here, grab this. Oops. And you guys can see it's pretty good loot. It's not what I want, but come with max armor and almost max crit chance, so that's a keeper right there. In my opinion, it's a win. So once you figure out where you're at, there's 4 different rooms, like I was saying. Um, some of them can be a little bit more annoying than others, especially the one with 2 floors, because the NPCs constantly keep jumping up and down. But this one's actually not too bad. All the NPCs usually spawn from the same room as I was saying earlier. Let's go ahead and take these guys out. You're gonna see that once you build your stacks, you're going to be able to just start mowing through these NPCs. You guys can see my armor's coming back. The boss is coming out the back over here. He'll either spawn in a different door or where the NPCs normally spawn from. And for this one right here, they're gonna spawn in this other room in the back left corner where those double doors are at. Let's go ahead and clear out all these NPCs. There's one way in the back. Oh, there's 2. So I'm gonna go pick up this stack because you really want to be stacked up. And also when you rinse and repeat this, you do get to keep your momentum stacks for the next run. That's why I'm literally shooting everything. Look at all that bonus armor I have. So once you start getting kills that are within 5 meters of each other, you start putting all the NPCs on Disorient. And now that they're coming out of this door, so is the name boss, I'm able to get 1 kill, disorient the entire squad that comes out, able to delete the name boss. This is the second one. Why? Because it dropped 2 pieces of loot. The third boss will always drop 3 pieces of loot. And all you gotta do is literally go back to the lobby, rinse and repeat. Just keep this up. You want to make sure you don't kill all the NPCs. At least leave 2 minimum alive. I think if you do 1, it counts as a clear. If you do clear this, you are going to mess it up. So you're able to go back to the main lobby. So now we're going to try and run it in a 4-man because, as you know, scaling nowadays is not the best when it comes to this game, especially the NPCs. There's more NPCs, obviously, that's a given, but the health pools are increased tremendously. This is actually one of the worst rooms. Not the worst, it's just I don't like this one. The NPCs like to jump down when I go up there to kill them. It's just kind of annoying. So as you guys can see, I'm just gonna go through, build some stacks, and get my intimidate going, and the more kills I get, the stronger I am, the more survivability. And for this 4-man setup, you are going to want to run a healer build and that perfect galvanized, perfect vanguard build that I was showing y'all. So one of my teammates has a healer, one has that perfect galvanized build, so he's just constantly putting NPCs on status effects and giving me bonus armor, which is essentially helping me out with my intimidate. And as you guys can see, that was a close call, but close doesn't even cut it. Now here's the first name boss. We're going to be able to delete him real quick. My team already knows where the NPCs spawn out up top, so we're getting prepared. Now as they're getting ready to spawn trap the NPCs coming out of that door, I'm making my way up there, and pretty much what you want to do is you're going to be able to create a massive and effective crowd control setup between the synergy of all 4 builds. And one of our teammates is running a, I believe, all red glass cannon build, so this is just going to help delete all these NPCs. As you guys can see, they're spawned here, they're on all types of status effects, and we're able to delete them. So you're just able to rinse and repeat. Right here we foamed them, so they can't open the door yet.
They can't open the
door. A little funny thing that just happened, but for the most part, once the door opens, you're just able to mow down all the NPCs. Like we said, make sure you don't kill all the NPCs on the last boss wave. Make sure you kill the boss. And pretty much you want to dip after that. You might be able to tag a couple NPCs. You never know, they might drop a piece of loot too. But you see how he dropped 3 items? We're able to pick up all our loot, leave the rest of the NPCs, and just go ahead and reset. That's pretty much how you do it in a 4-man as well. It's the same setup. You can do the solo or in a 4-man team. So if you're watching the video this far, I just want to say appreciate you guys for sticking around. I do want to show you the healer build and the perfect galvanized, perfect vanguard that I suggest you run in a 4-man if possible. And that's pretty much this. Hunter's Fury Memento is one of the builds that you want. I do have a tank healer build that I'm running. You guys can go with BTSU gloves if you want. I would probably say the BTSU version is the way to go, and then sorry, the perfect galvanized, perfect vanguard as a support build is also going to help trap those NPCs right where they need to be. So that's pretty much it. Just want to say thank y'all so much. You guys do give a lot of great feedback. I appreciate the likes on the videos. You guys are helping this channel grow tremendously, and I couldn't do this without you guys. So, this is your man KleverThumbs. I'm signing off, and I got a couple more videos coming out for y'all. Oh, also, I am gonna show a couple little speed runs with the team and without a team. If you guys do want to stick around and watch that, so you guys can see how my flow is on rinse and repeat. Alright, this is your man KleverThumbs. I'm signing off. Peace.
Pepperoni, cheese, and meat lovers last night with 20 wings and 20 garlic nuts. At 2:30 in the morning, bro. I ordered that shit. $80. I gave that man, no, it was $70. I gave that guy 100, bro. I know he was happy. $30 tip. I just got 8 grand on my check the other day. No, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Hell yeah, I woke up happy as fuck, bro. You talking about 2 slow short? Kill the boss. Boss only. Alright, we out. I got Imperial Dynasty.